I put the decals on the XL250's gas tank and they look magnificent. It only took a couple minutes to do it. I didn't video it. It just was so quick and easy. I just spray it with a little soapy water and then peel the sticker off and kind of positioned it to where it looked good and called it good. I actually saved the part of the, well, I still have all the template, but this is what I saved so, you know, I could get an idea about where it, when it was originally on the tank. And yeah, that looks fantastic. Got both decals on. I took this off the bike because I want to paint the black in here. You can see kind of where it was kind of rough in there. That's supposed to look like vinyl, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to paint that black in there, and this is painted for the engine. So, and to keep from getting, if I accidentally get paint on any of this in there with my little brush, and this is what I'm going to use to touch it up, is this little bottle of testers, that black in there. This testers will stick to aluminum, it'll stick to anything, but I'm just going to take a little bit of grease and gently put it on all the surrounding, so if I get paint on it, I can just wipe it off. And then I don't have, because if I try and use solvent to clean it off, obviously it's going to damage this paint. So yeah, it did drip a tiny bit of oil out. The engine's full of oil and it was pocketed in there, so I did get a little oil out of it, but no big deal. All right, let me get to dabbing a little grease on this, and hopefully we can get to, I don't want to get grease in the opening, so I'm just going to kind of get my finger greasy and then just kind of, so it puts a film on it, around it, just so I don't end up, like I say, if I touch the thing with the brush, I don't want it down in where I want to paint. Grease and paint don't get along. So if there's oil or grease on something, you're not going to get paint to stick to it. So I'm just doing the letters, just trying to save myself some aggravation. And like I say, I'm just probably even put motor oil on a paper towel and dip my finger in that. But this might not run down in. I don't want, you see a little speck hanging off there, and I don't want that to go down in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's going to be very time consuming, so I'm probably not going to video it all. I'm just going to kind of fiddle around here. Might turn the radio on and just go to town here. So I'm going to turn you off and we'll show you when it's finished up. There we go. I just kind of, that's just one coat. That's all it needs. And I'm going to put it back on the bike and let that dry a couple days, and I'll just hit that with a coat of wax, and that'll get any black that I might have got on things off. I usually use liquid masking tape, but I'm out of it. So that's why I just used a little grease. Good enough. All right, I'm going to put this back on the bike so it doesn't have an open crankcase. And then when we day or two, I'll polish that up. And then I got the little scratches in the bucket there to fix. And this bike should be pretty much all finished. I'm waiting on the decal for here. I don't know if I thought I bought all the decals, but I can't find them. And so the decal that goes there, I'm kind of contemplating whether I'll put it on. I probably will in the tire inflation decal, but the rest of the decals that are on the frame and stuff like that bike, this, you know, I don't know if I'm repeating myself. This video is probably over the course of 10 days. There it is, installed on the engine. That looks pretty nice. When I stand back and look at the bike, that makes all the difference in the world. Just little nickel and dime details like that make a big difference. This bike is going to look, well, it already does look better than new. I pulled the headlight bucket off the XL250 and I was just sanding out. I'm going to fix there was 2 gouges right there, and I'm in the process of fixing those. I'm just going to sand them out. And I think I can, I don't know if I can sand the gouges out. I might have to put a little spot putty or something in them, but we're going to get this thing cleaned up and painted, and then the bike will be done. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of this high-build, SEM high-build primer, and then sand that out, and we'll shoot it with some trim black. I sanded it out with some 400, that's where the gashes are, and I'm just going to prime just that spot with the high build. I wiped it all down with this already, so hopefully I don't have any paint reactions. But anyway, let me get some paint sprayed on there. 2 coats. I let it flash dry between coats. It's pretty hot out. It's 85, 86 degrees out. And I'm just going to let that dry for an hour or so, and we'll sand it out, and then we'll look at it, and if it needs another coat of primer, we'll hit it. If not, we'll put some trim black on it. Again, that's the primer I'm using. The SEM trim black is exactly what I'm going to use to respray it. That's what I originally used. And you see the filler primer maybe in the little nick? Anyway, hopefully that makes it look good. We'll get this painted up and let it dry overnight and reinstall it. Yep, no more gouge. Looks like brand new again. And I'll do a separate video of putting gas in it and getting it going and taking it for a ride. Then I got to do a final adjustment on the chain after I ride it. And then it's for sale. So yeah, I had to undo the wiring to get the headlight bucket off, but that's no big deal. It's all color coded, pretty easy and cut and dry. Take out the high beam thing. That's for the high beam indicator and some of the other stuff. But we'll get all that back together and put it back on, and it'll be as good as new. So this video on finishing up the bike is since before Belfast, because I had to let the paint on the gas tank dry, and then I put decals on it, and you know, just was doing the finishing touches. And it's been over 2 months of just fiddling with this little bits and pieces as I have time. I've been just out in the garden just working my tail off around the house and the yard, and I've been riding that bike quite a bit. I've had this out a few times, and it idles smoother with a new air filter. It runs, you can notice a performance difference. It needed a air filter pretty badly. But anyway, this video, like I say, is over a couple months, so if it's a little convoluted, sorry. Anyway, we'll get that back together and wrap up the video, and then we'll, like I say, we'll do a separate video. I'll get it running and do a final adjustment on the chain. Get some good video of it out in the park or something, you know, all around video on the nice sunny day. Headlight bucket's back on. All wiring's hooked up and working. So the bike is done, 100% finished. So I think in the next decent day we get, we were in the 90s and upper 80s, and now we're in the 50s. You know, it's that time of year, I guess you can have all 4 seasons in one day. I'm going to put some gas in it and take it for a ride, and then I'll do a final adjustment on the chain, and the bike's done. Like I say, I'll make one more video of it running and take it to a local park in a nice sunny day and get some good video of the bike all the way around. But that is 100% done, other than just taking it for a ride and doing a final adjustment on the chain and adjust the clutch and the brakes and whatnot. You know, just they're set statically, but you know, I just want to take it out and ride it and make sure they're all adjusted the way I like them. But anyway, that's it for this video on the bike, and then there will be one more, and like I say, that'll be getting it running and riding it. Just got to put some gas in it and go for a ride. But that's it. If you like the video, definitely hit that thumbs up icon. It helps me out. If you like my channel, that 348 engine icon that powers my 59 Chevy there will help you subscribe. And thank you again for taking the time to watch my video.